Well, hello there, and welcome back to this Civilization 6 stream as Korea. I've got a feeling this is probably going to be the final stream in this series. I think I've got the game in the bag at this point, to be honest. I don't really see how I can't win this one unless I do something really stupid. So I'll definitely play the next one on a higher difficulty level. But yeah, pretty much at that point now where it's just going through the motions until the game kind of ends. Really, We've got most of the techs. We're so far through the tech tree now. Only turn 307. A little bit of a shame, really. I was having this discussion with Marbazir just yesterday that you've got this great expansion, Gathering Storm, that deals with the the changing climate, the rising sea levels, and the game is pretty much complete. And we haven't even had a single rise in sea level yet. There's only been one point of climate change. That is probably due to the fact that I'm so far ahead of the AI in tech that nobody apart from me is really producing any pollution. But it's a little bit of a shame that the game is going to end before it really gets into the sort of main meat of the expansion. So that is a bit of a shame. Let's crack on by hitting the next turn button. And much like the previous turns, the Maori are making demands. I suppose we'll get one from Alex as well. No, he's just denouncing me. That's fine. You go right ahead, son. Denounce all you want. So we are still at war with Poundmaker. I'm still going to try and take his capital if I can. We need more housing over here at Chenweng. I'm probably completely mispronouncing these, so I'm not going to bother too much with it. We are building a sewer, so that will sort out the housing problems. After the sewer, I would really like a flood barrier, although again, to be perfectly honest, we're probably going to complete the game before that ever becomes an issue. We have lots of amenities problems in lots of places, not to mention housing problems. Both are an issue here. Well, I guess we probably want to get a neighbourhood first to really sort out our housing problems. Let's go ahead and get it on this tile. Just getting rid of a random rainforest, and then after that, we can probably queue up something for amenities. We do have an entertainment complex, so there's not an awful lot that we can do about that one. You have no amenities either. But again, there's not a great deal of stuff you can build. We need to repair the workshop and everything because that was sabotaged on a previous turn. And you're also having problems with housing. The lighthouse does provide housing. That did get destroyed, so we need to repair that. And the shipyard and a million other things. So we're dealing with your housing problem. You have a housing problem. You're currently working on a missile cruiser. We can also queue up the arena. There isn't an awful lot that gives us housing, but we definitely want to queue up the arena there. Again, the housing's not too important at this point because we're not all that bothered about the growth. Once you've completed that, you can work on a... Oh, no, you need amenities. Your housing isn't the problem with you. You can't get a water park. We could get an entertainment complex. There's some sort of pretty terrible tiles, so sure, let's do that. Is it even worth going through the rest of these? You're working on a nuke. Yeah, you have insufficient amenities as well. Although the entertainment complex that we build up here might sort of reach everything else, so we'll leave that for the time being. I said, not overly concerned about those, so let's just get rid of the notifications. We've got our governor down here. We've lost suzerain status of Palenque. Enemy spy disrupted our rocketry. That's unfortunate. And then we've got peace declarations and war declarations all over the place that you cannot mass clear. That needs to be a mod. It probably is a mod, to be honest. I haven't actually looked. Units needing orders. So we have ourselves some guys to deal with. Let's just move straight in there and grab that. We'll sort of kill them off on the next turn. There is a skirmisher here. Does he come from the same place? I can't quite tell. We can get over there and deal with him with this machine gunner anyway. We have a builder. I got the hydroelectric... Not the hydroelectric, that's the wind farm. First one of those I've ever built, so that was quite cool. Is there anything else here that we really need to get? Not a massive amount of stuff, to be honest. Nothing that we need to repair. What about neighbouring cities? We definitely need to go and grab this uranium. I still don't have a builder there yet. Let's move one over and just get that over and done with. And we can go back to attacking the capital city of Poundmaker. Or do we just try and take out that bazooka? I feel that I really want to keep as many of his units subdued as possible. And of course we're getting some great XP on these missile cruisers, so you can't actually reach him. That's fine, you can take your shots at the city. And we'll leave the helicopter over here to recover. This is the first time I built an attack helicopter. It's not an attack helicopter, it's just a helicopter. First time I've ever built one in Civilization 6. I've just noticed that it looks like it's a Huey rather than Civ 5 where it's an Apache, so that's quite cool. And on we go. Definitely could do with getting some more missile cruisers over here. We do have some ships being built. We just don't have a massive amount of production. Did we not kill that guy off? I'm not at war with Mexico, am I? At least I don't think so. Am I at war with any city-states? I'm at war with Cahokia and Palenque, and not really near any of them. That's fine. We can hit that guy from here. And that's him out, basically. Let's go ahead and move our infantry back, because he does need an upgrade. We've increased our trade route capacity. I think I've got a spare trader just sitting around doing nothing. He's one that we had from before, but he got cancelled when a lighthouse got wrecked or something. So you can go to Washington. More problems with amenities. Catastrophic volcano eruption. Well, it's not mine. And yeah, there's a barbarian camp up there. That's causing a lot of the problems. We can probably get up there and deal with that with a single machine gun, to be perfectly honest. But let's go ahead and we'll upgrade this to a mechanized infantry corps. That can go up there and deal with it as well. Fairly cheap upgrade to an attack helicopter, so why not? Can't upgrade our machine guns yet, but I think that's all we need. Got a Watcher here that I haven't upgraded. So let's go ahead and do that. Definitely got some more musketmen. 415, they are quite expensive to upgrade. Got an why did I move that admiral there? What does it? I completely forgot that I had this guy. What do you do? That's what happens if you retire. Passive ability. Combat strength and movement to industrial and modern era units within 2 tiles. So modern and industrial and mod. Well, we're using missile cruisers. Missile cruisers are what? Lost it completely. They under radar or nuke combined arms, aren't they? That's atomic era. No, it's destroyer and aircraft carrier. Missile cruiser, information era, yeah. So that admiral is completely useless. 100% gold on standard speed. Military units get plus 60% rewards for plundering sea trade routes. Might as well just retire him then, because he's completely useless for anything else. Let's repair the factory first, then the spaceport. The factory will give us more production. So the lighthouse is done. You don't need a flood barrier, but go ahead and work on it, because I don't get to build them. And you could probably move home as well. Excellent. So we can have another round of attacking this. The bazooka's actually, well, the anti-tank crew's actually moved into the city, so we will just go and attack that. While the helicopter heals up. It'll take some time to get the defences down, but I think we will do it. Yeah, we're familiar with the barbarian camp. And we were going to move you up there as well. There we go. Get rid of the notification and on to the next turn. That's somebody spying on us. Go away. What have we got here? An enemy spy succeeded in neutralizing our Governor Pingala in the city of Jeonju. And
then you drive out where the storm clouds swallow, and the sound of your ore blades falling hollow, as all we have left through the months to follow.
So, first of all, a free Diplo victory point, whoop-dee. And this also allows builders to construct seasteads, so +2 food and 1 production for each adjacent fishing boat. Fishing boats receive 1 production for each adjacent seasteads. and +1 culture and tourism from adjacent reef. 2 housing. Must be built on a coast, lake or ocean terrain. Definitely worth grabbing over here because we do have 2 reefs. We have fishing boats as well. So, yeah. And obviously fishing boats counts on the crabs, I think, also. So let's give that a go. We've got enough money to just straight up buy a builder, actually. So let's go ahead and do that. 775 gold. It's not terrible. So Diplo point. We caught a Swedish spy. Governor removed from Zhengzhou. So we will need to replace the governor. Oh, we can't do it just yet because he's been neutralized. So the AI definitely having a crack at me now. So we've got predictive systems, unlocks the builder ability to construct offshore wind farms. We don't really need them. So we could either get a giant robot upgrade for air defense, or we can get CO2 emissions reduced from units by 50%, unlocks giant death robot upgrade, particle beam siege cannon. Sounds good to me. So do units actually cause pollution as well? Wasn't aware that they did. I mean, they could well do. Would make sense. It doesn't say anything about it. Interesting. Hi Irish, how are you doing? I've not been streaming all that long actually. I've only been going for about, where are we? 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes. So you haven't really missed much. I decided to do a bit of a later start tonight, considering that most of my viewers have been turning up later. But as you remember from yesterday, this game is just about finished. We are literally, I've done about 2 turns since I started, and most of that just fired a couple of shots at Poundmaker's capital and just doing a bit of housekeeping because we were short on some amenities, repairing up a few buildings and stuff like that. So this is still, oh, it's going to rebel in 3 turns. So I'm definitely glad that I kept that extra pressure on. I'm going to keep doing that if I can with that city, but we had to stop and build something else in the meantime. So you've just finished the research lab, so there's really nothing else for you to build here. We can't get an entertainment complex because we need to grow the size of our city. So let's just go for campus research grants for now, get the extra science, although again we've almost filled the science tree up. Yeah, as I said at the start of the stream, I'm at that point now where it's just a matter of time before I win. So I definitely should have played on a harder difficulty level. I don't like playing on a difficulty level that's too hard. I like a bit of a challenge, but the thing I enjoy about playing the game is just the playing of it, the game itself. I don't necessarily need it to be really, really challenging to get me through, but this was certainly too easy on this particular one. But I'll do what I usually do, is I'll you know, sort of bump the difficulty up incrementally. What am I going to do once I win? Once I win this, it will probably be the end of the stream. I wasn't planning to stream tonight, but I decided that I wanted to try and get this particular scenario finished. But I will certainly do another stream another night, and we will start a new game on a high difficulty level with a different civilization. That's for sure, because I really have been enjoying it, and I like building all the things. Someone's done St Basil's Cathedral.
Ideas lead to ideology.
Right, ideology. Do we want to grab anything from this? Commercial hub or harbour district adjacency bonuses. Don't really need it because we've got so much money coming in right now. Open borders with all city-states and +4 influence points towards earning envoys. That's probably better than the extra gold right now, although 1 gold for each of our envoys is quite nice. Tempting to get that. I don't think we need the great scientist points right now, so let's drop that in there. Get some more city-states on our side. Choose a new civic. Do we really need any of these? Professional sports could be good to get the ski resorts. Let's go for it. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. It was, like I said, we're just kind of rolling towards the win right now, so What do we go for? We've already got the spaceport. Is there any of this? Yeah, moon landing, 15 turns. So let's work on that, because I still think... What's faster production, actually? Your production is 102.3. Oh, no, we do actually have more production in the capital, so... Scrap that. Forget I said it. We will go and... let's get a shopping mall, because we're short of amenities. We'll do that instead. You have finished Operation Ivy. Get a sewer. Alright, we've got this guy up here. Let's definitely get rid of him. So we've got another barbarian camp up here we're just trying to clear, because it is sending some units our way. Need to get you across the river. That volcano eruption isn't really causing me a problem. Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, when I started playing Civilization 5, I was playing on, like, difficulty level 2 or 3. And it's definitely worth challenging yourself by upping the difficulty level, but certainly with Civilization 5, you get to a point where the difficulty level's so hard, you're not really having fun, because you always have to play the game in a very specific way. We already have fishing boats there. Yeah, so you always end up having to play the game in a very specific way, where you have to pick a certain... like, they're not social policies in Civ 5, I can't remember what they're called, but you always sort of have to pick the one. So you always tend to go with, like, tradition or whatever it is. It's been a while since I played. And it's like, if you're playing on deity, if you do something in the wrong order, you've pretty much lost. So you can't just go to war with everybody. You've got to try and get friendly with people. You need research agreements, otherwise you'll never catch up in tech. And... for me, the appeal for games like this is being able to play it in a number of different ways and try different tactics. If I always have to play the game the same way to win, then there isn't as much appeal in playing. Hopefully we'll get an upgrade on this one soon so that we can... yes, very nearly there. 208 of 225, then we can take 2 shots per turn. How has my day been? Not too bad. Went to the doctor earlier because of my suspected broken foot. Got to go to the hospital tomorrow for an x-ray. So hopefully nothing is too broken. But foot's still quite sore. So, but apart from that, just been working really. Quite a bit to do today. So as I was just saying, I wasn't planning to stream tonight, but I thought I'd jump in and give it a bit of a go. There's another mitigated flood. It's fertilised another tile. And we have successfully stolen some money from... was that Pound Maker? I'm not even sure who that was from. Where are we? So that's our capital. So you go straight in and start working on... the moon landing. Yeah, because you were already working on it. You're only 2 turns away from completing it. There we go. Could do with another spy. So let's go and sort that out. That's a point. We actually... Pengala got kicked out. Can we move him yet? Not yet. 6 more turns. That takes its time, doesn't it? So, what have we built here? Oh, you can go back to doing the bread and circuses, because this city has flipped. And in 9 turns, it's going to be my city. So, yeah, Alex is... he might try and take it. I don't think he will. He's only got a crossbowman, so he's not going to do a great job there. Our spy gets a promotion. Ah, you were stealing from Scythia. There we go. Let's give him that promotion. Still great works as if 2 levels more experienced. Sure. So we've got the money, housing problems, emergency completed, not my problem. Foreign city gains independence, also not my problem. Right, okay. Well, it is sort of going to be my problem because it's going to work in my favour. Any buildings that we need here? Shipyard, seaport are useful, but I'd like to get another builder first. Try and get some more of these things around here. And you were building a shipyard before, so go and do that. And then after the shipyard, we could definitely get a Sayun here as well. Again, we probably don't need it, but we can get one for a +2. Although it is next to the harbour, so it would be losing out a little bit. And then we've just got to build all the science buildings as well, so... I don't know, maybe we don't. I'm not going to bother building a flood barrier here. You need a sewer. I would like to get a builder. I'm going to buy a builder here, actually. because we can upgrade some tiles and it'll be a much better city. So, does it need housing? No, it needs amenities. Entertainment complex will take 50 turns. It's because the city's is occupied, so everything here is just going to be slow. So we'll queue up the flood barrier, and that builder's going to go over here, and we'll get the jade. We'll build a solar farm or something. We'll still got that unit down there. I would very much like to go and kill off. So we'll consider that. In the meantime, let's keep attacking the capital. How did I do that? Oh, my foot. I was on holiday. I was on holiday about 4 weeks ago. I was in the sea. I got hit by a big wave and I stumbled and basically bent my middle toe right back beneath my foot. And then as I was trying to climb out of the water, I went and did exactly the same thing again to the exact same toe within 5 minutes of doing it the first time. So that was even more painful. And I thought it had recovered. I thought it had recovered, but then in this last week it's been really, really painful. So while I originally thought it was muscular, it's now suspected that it could be a broken metatarsal. So gotta go and have an x-ray. Hopefully it's not, but not there's as much that it can do about a broken metatarsal these days. It's just kind of rest it and hope that it sorts itself out usually. You guys can have an upgrade. Everyone gets an upgrade. We're going after the... Let's go around this way. We'll try and use the pincer movement. The pincer movement? Pincer maneuver. There we go.
لأننا أحرار من كل رغبة ويمكن أن نكرس وقتنا لإرادة الله.
Goodbye. Is this another barbarian camp? Advanced power cells.
The crooked.
Successful spy. Spy was undetected. So we've got a barbarian camp. It, again, is kind of in my territory. So we'll move over towards it with the machine gun to go and get it dealt with, I suppose. We could upgrade these rocket artillery to mobile rocket artillery these days. That'd be really useful. Get a couple of promotions on those. We don't need them, but they'll certainly come in handy. Smart materials. We do need exoplanet expedition. So only 4 turns to grab that. You've got an upgrade. Oh, +1 range. It's not 2 shots. I thought it was 2 shots. Combat strength and defending against air attack. I guess the +1 range is what we take then. Once we actually get the city's defences down, I think it will fall quite quickly. And we don't need to take it, but, you know, it's just fun. I wish there was an ability for spies to damage walls. It's like, this is something that Total War has. So if you've got a spy inside an enemy... Well, it doesn't work quite the same way. You don't station spies, but you can move an agent into an enemy settlement, and you can attempt to damage the defences, so that when you attack the city, they've already got breaches in the walls. It'd be great to see some sort of ability for spies to do the same here. I guess we could try and gain sources and then recruit partisans. I mean, they're not going to take the city, but it might keep some of their units occupied enough to make things a bit easier. Probably not, but... And again, I think we'll have actually won before we get to that point. We'll go and have a look, see where that unit went. So let's come over here and we will get the jade, because we don't have any yet, so that will give us some extra amenities. We have a nuke that we could use on somebody if we really wanted to. We are leading science victory, we are leading culture. Domination. Cree's still leading religious, but they're not going to win. We're leading Diplo now. 13 to 10. So yeah, doing very well on science. I think they have added more stuff to the science victory now as well. Culture. I think we're only influential over 1 person. Because we've got 63 tourism, which puts us over man. So we're almost over Alex. And to be fair, now that he's lost his last city... How many turns before that rebels now? 8 turns. He does have a crossbow there, though, oddly enough. I still don't think he's going to be able to get it in time, because I'm not sure he's even got a melee unit nearby. So I'm just going to go around and grab some more of these seasteads. They're really good tiles, actually. Yeah, amount of extra food and gold and production that you get from them. They are really worth having. Yeah, some really good tiles. No point knocking them in, really. The auto management is doing a good enough job of that on its own. So you guys keep moving up. Slow going with these machine guns. And this spy is going to go back to... Yeah, let's just keep cycling funds. Again, it's not that of an important thing to do, really. Sweden wants to buy my citrus. How much do you want to give me for my citrus? 63. We'll take it. No, I don't have that much gold in the bank now. We have built quite a lot of stuff. Looks like Scythia's building mountain tunnels. There's the moon landing done. I could actually go and put Pingala in the capital because...
do not build character.
I mean, I can't do it yet. Right, we don't need any of those. New mission. I can't put Pingala in there yet because he's still neutralized. But his ability... I think it's his ability. Space Initiative. 30% production increase to all space program projects in the city. So, yeah, if we were to put him in the capital, we could do these things a lot faster. That said, we can probably just get on with the next thing. Actually, we can't. Oh, launch Mars colony. There it is. 14 turns. So that should be relatively quick. Alexandropoli. What do you need? You don't have an awful lot of production. I guess there's nothing you need, really. If we get a naturalist, what else are we going to spend our faith on? We'll get one and see if there's anywhere we could build that thing. Supply convoy. Never built one of these. Modern era support unit. Increases healing for adjacent units. Give 1 bonus movement if the move started adjacent to the convoy. That's quite cool. Let's work on another giant death robot down here. It does take ages to produce. All of these are like 1 turn now. Spies who steal a tech boost without being detected gain an extra boost. Nice. Let's get Cold War. Gives us Rock Band. Gives us the ability to construct an additional spy that we don't need as well. And the rest of you guys are just going to sit around and do nothing, basically. Apart from you guys that are going to go over here and try and take the barbarian camp out. So yeah, there was a religious unit that disappeared off in this direction, but I don't know where it went. I'm going to take that unit back now. Let us grab... I guess we are getting some production from these, right? They must be giving us some. Yeah, actually decent tiles. Hey, no problem, Irish. We're still going. We haven't gotten much further than we were before you disappeared there. Still chipping away at the capital. Actually getting the health down now as well. Helicopter's almost back up to full health. Probably want to take out this musketman and that anti-tank crew before we move the helicopter in. Still being denounced by the Maori, but that's fine. I'll take it. We have inflicted grievances on others, and I will continue to do so. You want my jade? I've only just got this. How much you willing to give me for it? 59. I'll take it. Right, what's going on here? What's he offering me now? Make peace, the city, his sandals, his silk. Pretty much all of his money. This is his entire treasury and the entire amount of money that he's making per turn. But we are going to refuse. I mean, I could accept the deal, but I just want to beat him up now.
The Cold War is not thawing.
So there's Cold War done. Again, I don't really need to change any of these policies. On higher difficulty levels, you probably need to min-max a bit more. I think this is... oh, we can get Space Race, can't we? 15% production towards space race projects if the city has either a military academy or a seaport. A bit late now, we've done most of it, but I think this is the thing. If you're playing on a high difficulty level, you do need to min-max more. You can't just be as blasé as I am about changing the social policies. You really have to look at things and go, well, okay, I need to use this one and I need to use that one. So yeah, that would be the better way of doing things. We actually do extra damage now against district defences. We are going to try and take some of these units out though, because they are moving in. So if we can get rid of them, let's do it. Claim a great person. We can actually get ourselves a great general. We don't actually need one, but we'll get one anyway. We could always bring him over here because he gives 6 loyalty per turn. That's what his ability is if you pop him. So we could always capture this city, and if it starts losing loyalty, we could move our general over here. So that is definitely a possibility. What are we going to do here? We could build another spy. We could get a stadium, actually. Let's do that. We've still got amenities problems, so... Don't really have amenity problems here, but let's go ahead and build the arena. How's this city flip going? So yeah, he's still just got that 1 crossbowman. It's not really doing anything. 6 turns city flips. This is Pella. Again, doesn't need to build anything. So let's get Pella building a entertainment complex, and then we can use that same trick again. Double it up. So we've got our naturalist. Is there anywhere the naturalist can build? Obviously, it's got to be within our own territory. I don't know why I'm looking elsewhere. So the naturalist there's a very specific set of requirements in order to build the... where is it? National Park. Can I just click on that? No, of course I can't. National Parks. National Park. The tiles must be natural wonders, mountains, or a tile with an appeal of charming or better. All 4 of the tiles must be owned by... or built on clusters of 4 tiles that meet the following requirements. The tiles must be natural wonders, mountains, or a tile with an appeal of charming or better. All 4 tiles must be owned by the same city. The tiles must be continuous and form a vertical diamond shape. And no tile can have an improvement or district. That is, like, oddly specific, right? Do we even have anything with that sort of appeal? That form that sort of shape? And then we'd have to, like, remove all of the upgrades. We could almost do it over here, actually. We've got some stuff that comes close. What about over towards our... See, over here, we also come close to it as well. Anywhere that would involve me not having to destroy half of my city. Yeah, here we could do it. What's this on this tile? That is a lumber mill. We could get rid of that lumber mill. Never built one before. It's the only reason I'm considering it. And they're all charming. Let's go ahead and do that. Just so I can say I've done it. We need to remove the lumber mill. So we do need to get ourselves a builder. That's fine. We'll just buy one. Got all the money in the world. And can we move the... Can he teleport? I'm going to say probably not. No, he can't teleport. Can we airlift him? Where's our closest airport? Go over there to that airport. We'll airlift him as close as we can get him. There we go. Ah, that'll be cool. Again, completely pointless and just making this campaign take longer than it needs to, but I want to try it. It's really oddly specific to try and get one of those things, so... Did that not get him? Oh, he did. For a moment there, I thought that wasn't enough. Some extra gold. Now, this is our general. We'll put him to sleep for now. We don't actually need to move him. And we could... We don't need the power. We are growing. Yeah, let's get one anyway. Let's just be like ultra environmentally conscious. Let's get you back home. Should only take a couple of turns to get that naturalist over to the city. If we can airlift him relatively close.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade. Done.
So now we can choose 15% production towards space race projects if the city has a military academy or a spaceport. I believe the capital does. You can get a promotion. Oh, we want to give you the promotion first. Oh, I clicked on that accidentally. I hadn't noticed that the UI had changed. Oh well, never mind. Luckily, it doesn't really matter. But it was still annoying all the same. Choose a new civic. Let's just go for totalitarianism. Totalitarianism? Oh, I can't even. Not today. Thought we killed you off. But we'll keep picking at the city. The helicopter's back at full health now anyway, so we'll definitely be able to take the capital with no problems. What are you even shooting at? Unit needs orders. Yep. Stay fortified for now. Get a solar farm. Haven't built one of these before either, so this is my first solar farm. Does that give me a point towards this? No, it doesn't. What are the yields for that? It's not great. Builder. So you need to come down here and remove the lumber mill. So remove the improvement. And then just want to check if I select this guy. Is that showing now? Yes, there. It is a valid spot. So we need to airlift you. Where can I airlift you to? So we move you there. Not giving me the option to airlift for some reason. Yeah, interesting. I don't use airlift very often in this. Is there something that I'm missing? Airlift. Can't be found. Nope. It's just having an airport lets you airlift, doesn't it? Allows the ability to airlift land units between aerodrome districts with airports after rapid deployment. Civic is unlocked. Do we have rapid deployment? I'm going to say we probably do. Rapid deployment. We do not have rapid deployment. We need to work on that. Whatever we're currently working on, because we're quite behind in our social policies, just work on rapid deployment. And then we can airlift him over. You go back to the capital. No, I think I just missed something out. So you just skip a turn. You guys now need to come back home. We still haven't repaired something here. What's damaged? It's the coal power plant's damaged. We still have enough power, so we don't technically need it, but we should get that fixed at some point. Right, so the free city's actually firing at my artillery, even though my artillery they're just pinging off and doing
from
nothing.
The earth to the heaven, and it again descends to the earth.
So there's exoplanet thing. There's rapid deployment.
Just go straight.
Right, so there's a few things that we want to do here. What's this one? Oh, World's Fair, we didn't win, we just lost. So we don't get the victory point, but we do get some diplomatic favour and 2 civic boosts, which is what we just saw. You can go and get some, like, power and stuff. Now, once you've finished building that, because you're still working on the Mars colony, so once you've finished working on the stadium... No, it doesn't look like there's anything else spacey that you can build. Well, we've got rapid deployment now, so now we should be able to airlift. Do we have an airport in here? No, we don't have an airport. Why is everything going wrong? Why am I messing this up so badly? Airport. Can't afford to build one. Because it's 1920... 1920 gold. We'll be able to afford one in a few turns, so we'll just leave it to them. We'll finish off our tech. Choose another civic. Which one were we working on? Does it even matter? Let's go for social media. And here we will get a zoo. And yeah, you can't do it. I mean, I could have probably walked you most of the way home by now, but whatever, dude. Whatever. Let's get another one of these things. You were going over here to deal with more barbarians. You're getting pinged at by the city. I'm going to do nothing because it still looks like it's going to flip. And we continue our assault against Poundmaker's capital. I think on the next turn we might be able to swoop in there and take that. Yeah, could probably get it on this turn, but I don't want to risk it if we don't need to. Fabricate Scandal. Yeah. See if we can flip the city over. You want money again? Of course you do. He still wants to peace out, although the peace offer I think is less than last time because he doesn't have as much money in his treasury, but I am going to take your capital one way or another. So the Free City's still taking some pot shots. 100% of the city-states yield type when spending trade routes to city-states of this type. Plus, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, well, yeah, let's go for sci-fi. It's scientific, it doesn't make sense. This government type gets a wild policy card slot. What government type do I even have? I can't remember. It's not the tree that I want. It's not even that screen that I want. It's this one. We are monarchy. So we go back to this. Monarchy. Yep. Put a couple of votes in there. Doesn't matter. Chosen player gains 2 victory points. Going to do a big spend there. See if we can get them. Nobel Prize. Sure. See what happens. Be funny if we win a diplomatic victory after all of this. So another flood mitigated. So it's culture. Oh well, not bothered. Monarchy gets it, so we get another wild card slot. Wow. A lot of people voted for that actually. Diplomatic victory. Chosen player loses 3 Diplo points. Really? Everybody voted for me to lose 3 Diplo points. Wow, that was harsh. Oh well. So I'm now no longer ahead on Diplo. Mali is now leading. Only by 1. The good thing about that is, I don't really care. Pengali can return to service. I'm going to put him back down in Genju. He doesn't need to be down there, but I could really just put him in the capital. But we'll move him to Genju, it's fine. I'm still quite convinced that we've pretty much got this in the bag, so I'm not going to worry about a little setback like losing a few points for stuff here and there. So which city is this? This is Seoul. You could get a seaport. Get Sydney Opera House, but it'll take forever to build, so there really is little point doing that. Let us get the lighthouse down here. And of course we've got that free wildcard policy slot. As we've got that, we can go back to Great Scientist. But we don't really need the Great Scientist points. We've pretty much unlocked all of the science, haven't we? So that's just not worth it at all. Theatre Square districts, adjacent bonuses and stadiums generate +1 amenity. I've just realised something I've been messing up through this entire game. So I've been building entertainment complexes for amenities, but it's probably... yeah, that's right. It is entertainment complexes for amenities. Theatre Square's culture. But that particular policy gives them amenities as well. So, yeah, just sit tight and fortify, because 3 turns, that should be mine. Let's move across here, because I don't want this to get taken by America. Not that it matters, I don't really need the 40 gold. Do we have enough money to buy the airport yet? We do not. Have I got anything I could sell to somebody? We have citrus and we have amber. Those are spare. Can we sell something to Teddy? He would buy citrus, apparently. He's willing to give me a fair whack for it as well, with the look of things. Wow, Teddy, how much money you got? Okay, it's 192 for citrus. That is great. What was the other thing there that you'd potentially buy? Not amber. Okay. Who would buy amber? Does it say what they would buy? Doesn't look like anybody will buy. Marley would buy amber, but I don't think he has any money. Alexander hates me and probably can't afford to buy it. You do have some money, actually. But yeah, he's not willing to give me nearly as much as somebody else would. I will take what I can get. Actually, Teddy, would you be willing to, for example, buy some uranium? Looks like he might. No, he actually won't. Oh, I think it's because he can't have it yet, so he doesn't have any reason for it. What about something like niter? No. Okay, I'm not going to mess around with it. It would have been nice just to have got that money a little bit earlier, but I think one more turn we'll be able to do that, so just wait up for now, and let's go ahead and take this city. Did that get it down to 0? Yes, it did, so we really need to try and take these things. I can't actually get to it with the helicopter now. It's currently blocked by these anti-tank crews, and the helicopter's also not close enough, so we need to get one tile closer. On to the next turn. That's the first thing that we're going to do on the next turn, by the way, is take that city. Actually being fired at now by the these cannons, which makes no difference whatsoever. Bows and arrows against the lightning.
Which of all my important nothings shall I
that's social media done. Stuff, more stuff. You kill those guys off. I know I said that was going to be the first thing we did, but you know, whatever. Right, okay. He's actually backed into the city. That's perfect as far as I'm concerned. So we can take out these units. It does have some health, but we've got a major victory, so we should be able to move in with the helicopter. The city should be ours. And indeed it is, and then that means we can instantly use the city's defences to attack the anti-tank crew. Now we're just losing loyalty, as expected, so we are going to promote you. Extra combat strength. We're going to reassign you. Put you in there. And we are going to find... Oh, we need to keep the city, of course. Not that we have any option, because it's a capital. We're going to find that random general that we've got. Is it this one? Combat strength. Might be this one. Oh, no, you have to pop him. 2 loyalty per turn for this city. And this one is 6 loyalty per turn for this city. We can do this with both of our generals, actually. So let's take the 6 loyalty per turn one first. And we'll just transfer him down here. And then we can't pop him on this turn, but we can pop him on the next turn. Let's go for... Oh, an extra 25% tourism. Sure, why not? What have we got? Oh, before we do anything else, we can probably now afford to buy the airport. Now we can take the naturalist, and we should now be able to airlift him. This should work now. Yep. And then from there we just get him down to where he needs to go. Excellent. Let's kill that unit off. And you can continue home. This is all looking good. There's lots of pop-ups here for stuff. That's 2 capitals that we now own. Promotion for this unit. Let's give you a proper promotion this time. Let's try getting partisans just to really annoy Scythia. We don't really need the money. And a storm, that's not my problem. Okay, cool. We could get Estado de Maracana. That'll give us some amenities. That'll solve some of our problems. There's nothing part of the space race that you need to get. So sure, let's try and get another wonder before this game ends. And we'll go and grab it here. Be close to our capital as well. Choosing the production here. Again, we don't really need the Panama Canal. It'd probably be the most useless thing we could build. Let's get one. Let's get the zoo. We're okay for power. So yeah, you are disloyal, but the loyalty is already going up. Full loyalty in 9 turns. That's before we've even popped the Great General. So we want to, before we do anything else, repair the outer defences. We can move the ships, not on this turn. We can't actually move the ships right into the city, unless we build a canal. But we want to try and do some damage to another city, because ideally we'd like to try and still be able to peace out. Another policy slot. Governors provide even more loyalty to their cities. Sure. Just going completely ridiculous now. This is our new spy, or our old spy that has now moved. Actually, that's good. Let's move you to another one of Poundmaker's cities, because I'd like to be able to see what's going on so we can hit it. Anything coastal we can reach. We've got +1 range, so we could hit this, which is his current new capital. So we'll get +1 range on both of those ships. Let's build these up. Let's have a quick look at the world rankings. Science victory. We're still not really there. We've got 3 more steps to do to get that. But I still don't think we're going to be beaten. Still a possibility of a culture victory here, though. Actually, no, probably not. I'd have to get some serious tourism output to get a culture victory. We should be influential over Alexandria on the next turn. You guys keep absorbing that. 2 turns. Yeah. And then I think Alexander's final city will then start to flip, because he'll have even more pressure. Don't want to plant the woods. Go and get that. Our naturalist is going to move down to here. Still 4 turns, but that's fine. We won't win by 4 turns. Being denounced by Sweden now. I will peace out with Poundmaker. I don't really want anything else from him. I'm just happy to have taken his capital. I am going to try and kill that unit, though. Don't want him spreading his religion over here. Oh. Well, my plan there was to swoop in and get that, but... Right, actually, I don't need the money. We'll destroy it. American go and capture it and clear it. I honestly don't care at this point. Increased our trade route capacity, all of the usual problems with amenities and everything else. Great person. We have a merchant. Grants 2 genes, uniquely manufactured luxury resource, which provides +4 amenities. Hell yeah. That's decent. What can we work on here? Let's get that shipyard, finally. And, I'm not sure if that worker will automatically become ours, so I'm just going to go in and steal it. So, free worker. And yeah, you guys can just come home now. And, yep, that's the merchant. So, let's go and pop you. So, Teddy's got a lot of money. Can we go and sell jeans to you? We'll keep 1 copy, of course, because we want the amenities for ourselves. What we could do, we could get a lot more... well, he doesn't have much to sell us, so we'll just take the gold for now. That's fine. Whatever, it works. Not really a lot else that you guys can do at this point. You've kind of done everything that's useful. I guess you could come over here and get the fish at Jinju. Could get some solar farms here. They're not really needed. Fishing boats everywhere we can get fishing boats, I think. So, well, we'll get a solar farm, I suppose. What was that you could have built on there? Oh, a ski resort. Sure, let's get a ski resort on the next turn, just because we haven't built one, right? So we want to get one. Now then, which one of you... You've got +1 range, and... You haven't got +1 range. Well, this is the only tile I think we can hit from. Can't see it yet, though, which is part of the problem. So, you move up as well. And just repair up. And you can go to sleep for now. And you can rest and repair up. Well, we've got the capital. Let's retire you. Full loyalty in 23 turns. We want to move that other general over there as well, I think. And because we're not using the generals for anything else. Just to see how long we can hang on to this city. So, yeah, loyalty's actually going up now. Nice. You are going to attempt to... Oh, we can't get partisans. Let's try and neutralise your governor then. Okay, next turn. Let's just try and get through all this. This is, they have added more steps to the scientific victory now. It definitely feels like it takes longer to get there. We're still the target of an emergency. I'm willing to go all in on this. We're going to win this game anyway. We don't need a diplomatic win. Yeah, it failed. So that's just cost us a lot of our points, but...
If the enemy know not where he...
Choose a production. Monuments, we've got it. The city flipped. It became ours. So will the loyalty start to drop there? Advanced AI. It's the only tech left to get. Let's get a stadium. We have a spare envoy. Hong Kong's got far too many to compete with. Is there any we can compete with? Cahokia, we could try and get some. That puts us on even footing with someone. All of these war and peace declarations everywhere. Another barbarian camp. That's not my problem. Definitely not going to be bothering me. Good job we have that builder. We can do some repair work. And we'll put the rocket artillery garrison in the city. Not a bad little city, actually. So this is all Alexander has left. 2 crossbowmen. I'm still amazed that it's at full loyalty. I guess it's because he's got Victor in there. Yep, you cleared the camp out as expected. Trade route. Reasonable. Oh, look, America's spreading again. They built Atlanta now as well, New York. Oh, wow, they've really blobbed out. Detroit and Charleston. Yeah, America's really, really spread. And Mali never did really manage to expand, even though he was over here with a settler at some point. I don't know where we went with it. I know I was actively trying to block him off. So we've now got 2 missile cruisers. Missile cruiser armadas. And that's because we had the Venetian arsenal. So very, very powerful units there. And yeah, we'll pop you as well. Yeah, this is going to be at full loyalty in 5 turns. I don't think we're really going to need to worry about this city now. All the spies going off. So, we killed a Swedish spy with the look of things. Culturally dominant over Alex. Well, we expected that. Victor's now established. So, we stopped a production sabotage from Sweden. An enemy spy did elude capture. Enemy spy disrupted rocketry. That is annoying. So annoying. Let's finish the coal power plant now. As in repairing it up, because that will speed things up. Can you be working on anything? This is the thing now with these space race things. You can't really work on multiple ones at the same time. I'm sure there was a time where you could research them and you could have different cities working on different parts of the space race program, but now it feels like you kind of have to... now it feels like you kind of have to build them one after another in order, which is a bit weird. let's go ahead and get that sewer. We are going to have to peace out soon. Let's repair the monument. We could get the Cahokia Mounds as well. Provides housing, that's useful. But yeah, let's get a ski resort just because we can. So there's our first ski resort. I think this is the first ski resort I've ever built in Civilization 6. So that's quite awesome. And yeah, we'll carry on moving these armadas down here. These things are fast. We still can't see that city. Victories in the city, but could not determine if they are established. Well, that's not very useful. How am I supposed to attack? And what have we got here? We can get some incense. Yep, you guys just come home. As soon as you're home, I just put you to sleep. You are a counter-spy, I think. Yeah, you've got to be a counter-spy. So confirm your placement, and we're not really doing rocketry here, so probably just production in general. And we've got a spy down here as well. Unit needs orders. You, finally. Designate National Park. 5 era score. So this is the first time I have built a national park as well. We still got a plantation on the bananas there, or did that automatically count as an upgrade for it? So what does that give us in terms of yields? Nothing much. I know there is a reason for national parks, I just can't remember what it is. I did look at it, and then I completely forgot. National Park. National Park's tourism output is equal to the total appeal of all the tiles included in the park. Additionally, the city that owns the park now receives 2 amenities, and the 4 closest cities in the civilization receive 1 amenity. So it's worth it for the amenities. All of a sudden he's happy, because I've built a national park. He doesn't look happy. Refuse demand. Now, all of us, why have we got some random barbarians in here now? Enemy recruited partisans. Did they really? Well, luckily, that's not much of a problem for us, because we can just blow them up. I do wish I'd have upgraded this artillery to a rocket artillery, of course. How much damage would you do? Not nearly enough. Let's upgrade you to a rocket artillery. It's anti-tank crew we really need. We could get one over here. How expensive are they going to be? How much is it going to cost to get an anti-tank crew? Ooh, 2,320. Do have a helicopter. Let's start bringing that down. You can upgrade to a helicopter relatively cheaply. You're actually bothering the wrong civilization, so I'm fine with that also. Cool. This is our capital, so you're now going to go back to repairing the spaceport. So even though I spent a turn repairing the power plant, it actually knocked a turn off repairing the spaceport anyway, so that wasn't that bad of a thing. Let's get the watermill and everything in here. Still can't see the city yet. That's causing me some problems. We can start doing some damage to Poundmaker. We can get him to peace out and give us the city without any real problems. You don't really... Well, we don't really need the housing, so we'll just get solar farms everywhere. Start moving down with these units. See, these units, these are just single missile cruisers. This is a missile cruiser armada. You don't really need the power. I guess growth is going to be your issue, so a farm is not a bad idea. It's like builders have so many options now of what they can actually put down on a tile. Remember when you first start this game, builders have like
no
4
entreaties
options.
cause thee to turn a favourable eye.
Right, that's advanced AI done. So cybernetics. Giant death robot can perform a jump action. I thought I was working on a giant death robot somewhere. Did we ever finish it, or did it become something else? 8 turns away from getting one in Alexandropoli. I'm sure we were working on one somewhere else, though. Apparently not. Stadium for you. So 1 turn for the spaceport. You're working on that. Oh, you're back over here, are you? Well, we do have the rocket artillery now. Did you pillage something? You did, didn't you? Pillaged my stock exchange. Rocket artillery is going to do decent damage. I don't think the angle of fire was quite correct for that. And the helicopter's going to finish it off. Not particularly great because... well, no, the helicopter's anti-cavalry, isn't it? And the modern armour is cavalry. But I don't think the helicopter can upgrade to anything else. No, the helicopter is cavalry. And the modern armour's probably anti-cav. I think. If I've got that the right way around. Modern armour. Oh, no, because tanks are kind of their own thing, aren't they? Yeah, they're heavy cavalry. So tanks are heavy cavalry and helicopters are heavy cavalry, are light cavalry. So we need anti-tank crews. Anti-tank crews are anti-cavalry at this stage of the game. Build a zoo. I guess we just start repairing stuff here. Another helicopter? Can't get it on this turn, but we'll start moving in. Give it a target to attack. You're going to counter spy. Yeah, let's just go for production. Let's get this campaign wrapped up. We're really close to having it done now, anyway. Right, we can't work that farm. We don't need the niter. Get the wheat, I suppose. Still can't see this yet. Could not determine if they are established. I think it's going to take 1 more turn. Let's just put these units to sleep. They can't actually do anything right now. You want lots of people making demands. You'd think when a civilization is getting as big and stompy as I am and being able to take out loads of them, that they wouldn't be so keen and eager to... he's not willing to give me sandals anymore, is he? But I don't even think he has it. Oh, maybe I had it. Maybe it was in the capital. He's willing to give me everything that he's got. He won't give me any Diplo points. But yeah, he will give me all of his money and all of the money that he's making. Sure, I'll take it. I don't need to be in the war with him. We've got his capital. And now it doesn't count as occupied, so it's suddenly going to become a good city. And we still have a spy over here, and if he does attack us again, we've got lots of units that can deal with it. So now we can just get on with things. Oh, we didn't want to work on that stadium, did we? We wanted to work on the next space project. Oh, it's only 3 turns. So I'm probably going to be just, like, skipping through quite a bit of stuff. Just to sort of get where we need to be now. Because it does take quite a long time to do anything. Did we get something else pillaged as well? Research lab got pillaged. Stupid barbarians. This is the thing, it's like, these barbarians are never going to take a city, but they're annoying enough to be able to, you know, stop pillaging stuff. There's some major defeats here, but we really need to try and take this tank out. I don't mind if I lose the helicopters. And we probably will. So we could repair the stock exchange. Modern anti-tank is 8 turns, so it's not worth the while. We'll try and repair the stock exchange. Let's get that flood barrier. You can also get a flood barrier because it just means I'll have less interruptions, having to tell cities to do stuff that they don't really need to do. Yeah, you've arrived there now, haven't you? Gain sources. Okay. You can go to sleep. Got another unit that needs orders. You're going to get the wheat farm. That's your last use. You want to buy the incense off me? I do have spare. Really don't. He's got no money at all. Teddy gives me a much better deal, and I didn't even liberate one of his cities for him. Alexander really is ridiculous. It's like if you're not at war, he just hates you. He's not losing loyalty. Oh, we've got a flood. Apparently, fertilized the tile and didn't do any damage, though.
I shall return again to the light of the sun, to prepare a home for thy
25% tourism across my empire. Thank you very much. Let's go and work on globalization. So the helicopter actually gets a promotion. Combat strength versus anti-cavalry. Combat strength when attacking ranged and siege units. Well, it's not a ranged or a siege unit. It's not anti-cavalry either, really. But either way, we can get rid of the tank. Tank is gone. Need more housing. Neutralise the governor. River floods. Something else got pillaged. Build a stadium, although you actually need housing. Repair the university. What do you need? There's nothing you need. Ugh. I guess we could just go on to... yeah, make giant death robot. We're just going to queue giant death robots up everywhere. Because it saves us having to do anything. We're still going to carry on working up Poundmaker's old capital, though. We'll heal everything else up. You are going to... I guess we just keep siphoning funds. Always units wanting orders. You took your time getting there, didn't you? Let's get the fishing boat. Oh, that's not good. Radioactive steam venting. Engineers in the nuclear power plant control room work feverishly to contain the spreading leak and have already prevented a worse outcome, but the situation is serious. Jinju has had a nuclear explosion, so these tiles probably all have fallout on them now. During this turn, there were 0 tiles affected and 0 population lost and 0 units killed. So do we need to do something to fix this? Recommission the nuclear reactor? I can't see anything else to clean it up. Oh, nuclear power plant needs repairing. The required district is contaminated. How does the required district get uncontaminated? It's this one, isn't it? So hopefully you have the ability to clear it on the next turn. I think that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure. Never had a nuclear disaster before in this game. Never built a nuclear power plant before in this game. Guess we'll find out on the next turn. We did get a lot of our nuclear power plants around the same time, so they might all start going.
If there is any work in the afterlife...
Right, there's cybernetics done. So, yes, we did take some damage. It's actually cleared itself. That's good. So, let's just repair the power plant. Off-world mission. Yes, we need to do that. So, these techs to complete the space race are actually the future techs as well. So, this one, we need to do both of these parts. And then there's one remaining afterwards. So, is there anything you can work on for the space race? Launch Mars colony. Yes, you was already working on that. You're 3 turns away from done. You can get a giant death robot. Keep building up the old capital here. We'll get a factory, we'll get a bank. We'll just send the trade route back where it was going before. These guys should just heal up automatically, I think. Wasn't even aware spies could take damage. Yeah, I'm not giving that to you. Go away. I see pound makers in here with all these flipping religious units again. It's a shame the nuclear explosion didn't take them all out. Let's finish the stadium. Right. How do we know how old the reactor is? The older the reactor gets, the higher the chance that an accident can occur. How's Nobel Prize going? Well, it looks like we're going to win that. How do we see how old a reactor is? We click on this. We look at power, maybe? Doesn't tell us. There's really nothing to tell you what the likelihood is of a power plant going. Might have to look that one up. I can't see anywhere where it actually says. Once a power plant is built, the nuclear power plant ages. There's an increased chance of a nuclear accident to occur. Its production and science bonus is extended to all city centres within 6 towers that do not already have a bonus from the power plant building. But it does not say anywhere how old it is and what its likelihood to explode is. That seems a bit weird that it doesn't tell you. You're supposed to just, like, keep track of it. Do you know when they're about to go? That's really strange. We'll carry on with the stadium. Probably nothing that you can work on, is there? Well, people keep making partisans or recruiting partisans, so let's try and get some giant death robots. I'm just hoping that it keeps these cities busy long enough to complete this campaign. I think we should be able to finish it off relatively quickly now. It's another mitigated flood.
Down through its history, only 3 people have managed to silence the Americana. The Pope, Frank Sinatra, and me.
Oh, there we go. There's another wonder done. So, some more amenities. 1 turn away from off-world mission. That's a great scientist. Gains 350 science for every artifact in this city. I'm just going to pass. I mean, I don't even have any artifacts, I don't think. Nothing spacey that we can work on. Is there something we can do for 1 turn? Yeah, just get a trader. You could probably work on something. Not sure if any of that something is useful. Get a nuclear power plant. Get the encampment. This city is actually a really good city. And it's already up 15 population. 3 turns away from being 16. I didn't actually check what wonders are in here. There we go, so there's the Mars mission. Achievement unlocked, future is now. So we've got the Hanging Gardens. We've got the Minakashi Temple. We've got Kotoku Inn. We've got the Patala Palace and Oxford University. Nice. Oh, nice city. Climate change. The polar ice is going to melt. 10%. Sea level rises 0.5. Didn't see the warning for that. Future tech. See, now future tech just gives us points, basically. Also grants all of your cities 5% production towards city project each time it's completed. Wow. So, our capital is going to work on launching the exoplanet expedition. So there aren't 2 ones that we can work on. Giant death robot it is then, I guess. You could work on a giant death robot, because there's nothing else useful at all for you to do. There are some things you could build. Have you actually got a We could potentially get like a national park here. If we really wanted to. I'm not bothered. We're so close to winning now. Anything we do is literally just wasting time, so... I'm going to tell it to build the Sydney Opera House. Oh, no. It'd take too... Well, apart from the fact it'd take too long. This giant death robot is definitely going to take too long, but that's kind of the point of me doing it. So we'll probably just be skipping through these next few turns. And this is one of the things I don't like about playing on easier difficulty levels. You get to the point where you know you've won and you're basically just hitting next turn, next turn, next turn until you win. This is that same power plant again, isn't it? Modern era ends.
It has been said that arguing against global...
Yeah, this is the same power plant again, so we definitely need to recommission it. Can't fix it yet. Most of these civics are completely pointless. Stadium. Let's move on to... I'm just going to queue giant death robots everywhere. Governor title will promote you. It really doesn't matter at this stage again. Send envoys. We can steal that back, I think. So many points. 380 of 322. Oh, looks like we have some giant death robots. These things are so awesome. Probably won't get to use them in this video, unless I go and deliberately attack somebody. But again, that's just is delaying the game. But there's definitely going to be a future game where we use those things and use them heavily. I'll probably do a game at some point where I go for like a full-on like domination victory and just nuke and giant death robot everybody. 14 turns remaining on the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't think we're actually going to get to the end of that. Siphon funds. I mean, none of those are really useful for the mission that he's doing, so that's okay. What do we want to work on for you? I guess we can get an absolutely pointless industrial zone. Siphon funds, that's a lot of money. Could have had Stonehenge there as well. We're not giving in to your demands. Surely we're about to win this. Yep, lots of grievances. I've upset everybody, basically. Unit loss... Oh, we lost a spy due to radiation poisoning. Yeah, I can't do a lot about that. I just need for it to clear. That was our defensive spy anyway. How are we doing overall? Mali's at still 12 victory points. Science. Yeah, we're so very nearly there now. We only have like the last two things left to do. So you keep trying to push people out of there. Right, come on, game. I think a lot of people actually get to a point like this in Civ and similar games where they reach this point of the campaign and then just quit playing because it's like, well, what do I do? Do I carry on just going through clicking the button because I know I'm already going to win? Or do I actually go through them and just click the button until I'm going to win? It does get very boring. I mean, the
release of atom power has changed everything.
I'm very conscious that it gets boring for you guys to watch because, to be fair, it's like boring for me to play when I'm just clicking next turn. But at the same time, I don't. There's stuff that I'd like to try and do, but at the same time, I don't want to artificially delay the length of the game by doing stuff that I really don't need to be doing. That's probably a little bit late for Mali to be settling the tundra. But fine, if that's what he wants to do. Just keep it away from my cities.
Justice is the bottom.
We don't need to change anything there. I'm still surprised that this city hasn't started to flip. Maybe because it's his current capital, it can't. Not even sure how we're doing on the civics tree. We've probably got some gaps further up. Yeah, we've missed out a lot of these better government types, although it was worth unlocking them simply because I haven't got... we haven't unlocked a government of that size. And that's worthwhile doing because I think there's a Steam achievement for it. I think. Not 100% sure, but relatively certain. Just giant death robots for everyone. You were working on... What were you working on? I guess you're going to be working on a giant death robot. We must be close to being finished now. Send envoys. Again, most of these we'll never get. Get that one. Don't need it. It's religious, but if we can do it, why not? I'm just picking any old random stuff now on these guys. Where's our capital? We are 5 turns left for the exoplanet expedition. Not giving you open orders. Wow, he's willing to pay a lot of money for some horses. He's not been significant in this game at all, really. He'd have been wiped out if it wasn't for me intervening. Barbarian camp popping up. Not even bothering with that one. Enemy spy neutralised our governor. Not one that was doing anything useful, so that's fine. We'll claim the admiral, which we will never use. So just put them to... That was end turn. I wanted to put them to sleep. So yeah, this is king difficulty. I don't know whether or not I'll go to the next difficulty or whether I'll... Which will be... it's not immortal, is it? I don't know whether I'll skip that one out and just go to the next one. I guess I'll have to have a think about it. For me, the game isn't that difficult. The thing that usually screws me up on this game is... the thing that usually screws me up on this game is barbarians. Sometimes you have barbarians that attack you very early on. We can't repair the reactor, can we? It's leaking, I suppose, is the problem. Let's just go ahead and recommission it. So yeah, the thing that normally screws me over on this game is barbarians early on. So if you get early barbarians attacking you, it can completely ruin your game. And I've lost many games. I mean, it might have changed now. They might have tweaked it a little bit in recent expansions, done some balancing. But in my early games of Civilization 6, I lost... Oh, I got an achievement. They didn't even see what it was. I lost a lot of games. I lost a lot of games simply because my capital got attacked very early on by the by the barbarians. Production towards industrial era and later wonders. Campus districts adjacency bonuses prove production as well. None of these really affect the space race, so I guess we just go for the heartbeat of steam. Keep working on the old capital. Again, we don't need to, but we can get research labs and... No, not giving you money. So we're almost on to the final leg of this now. We've got the current space race tech that we are working on. There we go. Which is the exoplanet expedition that launches. +5 era score that we won't ever need. Not bothered about the Vulcan, not bothered about anything. Just let us build the last thing that we need to build. So that should be... Two things. Launch the large range laser station. 3 turns. And skip the giant death robot and work on the terrestrial laser station. That's a trade route, so we'll just repeat. So we should be 5 turns away from winning. Someone's completed Broadway. Pretty impressive, actually. I didn't think any of the AI had improved all that much. This spy's just going to keep... oh yeah, disable their spaceport. Not that they're going to catch me up, so it doesn't really matter. I'd have to basically just stop doing anything in order to let them win now. 5 turns for the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't think that'll ever fire. We should have won the game before that happens.
Multitude.
Government unlocked. So I'm literally skipping this one and going straight to this. Don't need it at all. But I think that's an achievement. No, it didn't give me one. And again, we don't need all of this stuff. Wonders. Tourism from great works and artifacts. I don't think I've got any. Amenities to all cities with 2 speciality districts. Production from trade routes. Again, it really doesn't matter. We've got another green one we can pick here. Another economic, diplomatic policy. Sure, whatever. Done. Didn't actually get a an achievement there, so I must have been thinking of something else. Repeat route next turn. So this should be finishing the Lagrange laser station. I think I said large range before. Lagrange laser station. Requires 30 aluminium as well, so... Oh yes, I remember. This is how this thing works. So we're still not done. So the project which speeds up your exoplanet expedition by 1 light year per turn, accelerating your progress towards a science victory. This is a really weird mechanic that they've done now. So our exoplanet expedition is travelling at 2 light years per turn. So help the exoplanet expedition travel 50 light years. The exoplanet expedition has travelled 3 of 50 light years. So we basically have to keep building these things now to try and boost it along. Once completed, the city's power requirement increases by 5. Space Race project, which speeds up your exoplanet expedition by 1 light year per turn, as long as the city's powered, accelerating your progress to a science victory. So we basically have to keep doing these things. And yeah, we've recommissioned the reactor, we can fix it now. This is probably the point where it is worth doing this. Oh, we don't need to fix it because we've replaced it, that makes sense. We have a spaceport here, so this is definitely the place where it's worth continually doing these things. So let's keep doing some trading. It still won't be terribly long before this campaign is over, even though they've changed this kind of space race thing. It's interesting. It's a different way of doing things. Looks like we've had some partisans recruited. That's a lot of partisans being recruited right there. I'm guessing this was Poundmaker's idea. We can probably finish most of these things off. There's one of them in Poundmaker's territory, actually. How many times can this thing attack? Oh, everything can attack twice because of Victor. Nice. Now, if you want to see how good these missile cruisers are, mind you, still against the tank, they're not that useful, but we can do a decent amount of damage against this stuff. Bring them all in. Get all this stuff destroyed. There's one unit left over there, but he's out of range. I'll take it. Keep work on that research lab. Siphon funds. So even though we're having to do these projects to increase the speed at which the thing moves, it will still move every turn. So there's the terrestrial laser station. So if we take a look now, yeah, travelling at 3 light years per turn, and we're at 70 of 50. So we've got to get to 50 and we're getting 3 per turn, but the more times we complete these things, the faster that it will get. Great engineer. Again, don't really need him, but somewhere that needs housing and amenities, I guess you do. So pop you down there. And you can work on that. 4 turns. Giant death robot. Literally just building these to keep everybody busy. I don't think it's working. And where did that other tank go? I think they must have destroyed it because it was in their own territory. That's silly, isn't it? It's like they recruit partisans and it's so close to their own city. You'd think that they wouldn't be hostile to the civ that recruits them. But that's fine. Looks like we've still got some damage here to the... Well, I guess it's something in the encampment district. Oh no, he's still there. He's taking it out with an anti-tank crew. It could have actually been Sweden, though. Sweden was the last person to... Oh, Maori's disrupting my rocketry. Absolute git. It doesn't matter a huge amount. 2 turns to repair the spaceport. We could just go and build spaceports elsewhere. But at this stage in the game, it's a little bit pointless. If I had remembered how it worked... I love how these things can actually jump. It's fantastic. If I'd have remembered how the space race thing works, I would have actually built more of them in anticipation. But I did kind of forget. Let's move you over there. Again, it doesn't really matter. Refuse the deal. We just need to get there now. So, more partisans again. Oh, will these pop-ups just go away, please? Maori Empire was killed. We've won the Nobel Prize. Gives us a diplomatic victory point. More partisans. Well, that's annoying, isn't it? Right. Well, we have giant death robots now, don't we? Right, just how much damage can these giant death robots do? What is their range as well? Range attack of 3. Basically just destroyed the tank in a single hit. Do I have any more and how far can they travel? I thought we built some more over on this. I guess these guys have all been busy, haven't they? What do you do? Amenities, yeah, we'll grab you. Great scientists, I don't remember what you do. Yeah. Stuff that's useless. Actually, I think we do have an artifact here, don't we? Oh, we got one of everything. It's like, I can't do anything with these guys. Stop giving me people. Where do I even move you to? This is just slowing me down now. Right, let's move you to there. You can't do anything either, so let's move you to another city. Oh my, how many scientists have we got in these places? This is ridiculous. Giant death robot. Can't select that one. Okay, I think the game's bugged out. All of these great scientists. Yep, we don't have any cities with artifacts in them. Can pop you to get some Eureka boosts. You must be next to a rainforest plot. It really doesn't... Well, you put you right in the middle of there, I suppose. Right, giant death robot. How far can you jump? Not as far as I'd like you to. Get some of them back over here. Can we pop you? No, we can't. Can't delete you or do anything useful with you. Production towards space race project construction. Yeah, let's just pop him. That completes that instantly. Means we can queue up another one. You were working on a giant death robot. But I just want to get these things done now. Okay, fine. Finally got through all of that mess. This is the other thing when you know that you're about to win. It's like everything just becomes busy work. You're like, why am I getting all these pop-ups to deal with? It's pointless. Ban the production of this building type. Stop people building nuclear power plants. I'm not really bothered about putting anything in there. Spies executing the chosen operation 2 levels higher. Ban the chosen operation is unavailable. I would like to ban disrupting rocketry. Chosen player gains 2 Diplo victory points. I would like that to be me. So much so that I'm even less bothered about that. And World Games. Which is unimportant at this stage, as you might have wondered. Oh, everybody hates me now. Even Teddy hates me. So that's that launched again. Nuclear power plant has been banned. Excellent. Great Work Heist is the one that passed. We lose 3 diplomatic victory points. Again, look at that. Look at the votes against me. This is why you really need to save up your diplomatic favour if you want to have any chance of winning a Diplo victory.
This, though best beloved, is enough.
Not that it matters, because we're going to win a science victory anyway. City can attack. Well, it can, but it's always more fun just to do it with a giant death robot. So, how far are we away from winning? You're going to work on that. There's only 1 turn left. We are now at 17. I don't care. You're back to the giant death robot. You are giant. Just everybody build giant death robots except you. You fix the bank and the shipyard and everything else. You guys aren't needed now. You kind of got here too late. Although, if you really want to, you can go over there and deal with the barbarians. I literally have nothing I can do with you, so I'm going to put you to sleep. Pop you. Not that it matters. Great musician. Sure. Go to sleep. Okay. Something did get pillaged, actually. There's our research lab. The barbarians. That's that done again. We are losing power. Got some power issues somewhere. Yeah, that needs fixing. Not bothered about housing. River flooding. Success in disrupting rocketry. Not even going to bother with the stuff in the government plaza. We're just going to go straight back to completing this. They only take 2 turns now. Let's do the ones that take aluminium because we've got plenty of that. We're so close. 22 of 50. And we're currently moving at 6 light years per turn. Shenju, train athletes, sure. Just train athletes. Giant death robots. I'm bored of this now. What am I doing? You're going to go and still where it works. Fortify. You can't fortify there for some reason because there's too many units on one spot. 45. Right, okay. Should only be, I think it's about 3 turns and we should win. Caught an American spy trying to disrupt rocketry. Naughty, naughty. Barbarian Ranger trying to attack the giant death robot. I love it. There's no such thing as too much overkill. And I like how these things can attack in melee and ranged. Because they got all the options. We've got a promotion on this guy, which doesn't really matter. Gain sources. Pop. Brilliant, we have a great work, finally. Refuse demands. Getting so close now. And that's the other thing, I think the closer you get, the more you're just willing to just press the button. Just get it done. It's actually worse than EU4. EU4 gets to a point where you become quite big and stompy and you feel that you can just take anybody on and ignore the aggressive expansion, but you always feel like you still have to try, because if you don't try you will lose. Whereas this definitely gets to the point where you can just give up. Let's pop you again. More great works. Yippee. Right, what are we on to now? We are 34 of 50 light years and travelling at 8 light years per turn. So 2 more turns and we are there. Even if we don't build any more space race projects, but we are going to build more space race projects. We are definitely going to get this. Just all the giant death robots. You can go and finish that barbarian cap off. These things, I love the models of them. They look fantastic. They're amazing. I'd be very surprised if he didn't manage to take that. Repeat routes. We have a spy, fabricate scandal. Right, we should only have to click this button one more time after this. And we should win. Bit of grief from Poundmaker, but that's fine. Barbarians, that's a drought. Does affect one of our tiles, I think. Yeah, one of our capitals tiles, but not important. Just more giant death robots. And next turn, this should be it. At the end of this turn, we should have won the game. So anyone that comes to me with Diplo stuff is just going to get ignored. So in the way that the science victory works now is actually a little bit closer to
did ages ago,
Beyond Earth.
We
the way
thrust
that
forward into the unknown. The first pioneers set forth on an uneasy
course.
course.
Excellent. I'm going to skip that because if I don't, I just end up getting like copyright claims and stuff. So we won, of course. My score wasn't the best. Where did I land in terms of score? Was that me there? 1,938. So buildings. I mean, yeah, actually, Tomaris kept really close to us. I think she was the only one that was a real contender for anything there. She was very, very close. Marley was like so insignificant. Poundmaker took a big drop. I think that was probably when we took his capital. Obviously, there were a few cities captured, but we took the most by far. We didn't even found the most cities. Again, Tomris and Poundmaker were the ones that got the most cities. In fact, I was only second lowest ahead of Marley. Cities lost. Well, I didn't technically lose a single city, did I? So that's good. Not even on the list. Alexander lost the most. Yeah, that's fine. Districts constructed. That is us by a long shot. We built a lot of districts. Great people earned. I gained a lot at the end there, but I think that was mostly through policies and science and tech. But Tomris must have been working hard on... I don't know whether they were religious units. It could have been great profits or something. But that was a pretty steady earning of great people there. Combat, again, a lot of it was Alex, a lot of it was us, but Tomris is up there with USA. The most I never got into a fight with America. Our culture was... Actually, we were ahead in culture for most of the game, but it definitely really expanded towards the end. Like, that usually comes from policies and stuff like that as well. Player era score, I think we just ran away with that. There was one point where Poundmaker just kind of overtook us a little bit. Faith, I'm always kind of at the bottom because I just never bother with it. We did gain some, but we don't use it. Tomris was up and down all over the place, so she was obviously constantly spamming out religious units, as was Teddy. Player gold, wow, look at that. Towards the end, we were just making stupid amounts of money. Did have a few spikes throughout the game. Everyone else was fairly consistent with their gold, but mine just skyrocketed. Science, yeah, we absolutely stonked it. Again, for the first like 100 and 200 turns maybe, we were only just ahead of the curve, but really knocked it out of the park later on. Score, not that it matters. We were always near the top, although Poundmaker was ahead for a while. Cities destroyed. Yeah, I didn't actually... Actually, I did raise some cities. Oh, governor titles. Yeah, we had more than anybody else. Total religions founded. It's the most pointless graph ever. Units killed as by far. Tomris. So Sweden, Scythia, and USA, all up there. They did a lot of things. War declarations received. Looks like Alex got the most. I'm just trying to think, actually. I don't think... Did anyone declare war on me at all? I mean, that's... What's this number here? 15. I did not have 15 wars declared on me. I don't think I had a single war declared on me, I think. I could be wrong, but nah. It's weird. And wonders constructed. We did have the most wonders. I was just spamming them out for no real point at all. But yeah, I'm quite happy with that. I do miss the map. They don't have the map anymore like they used to have in Civilization 6, where you could sort of watch a replay of it. Or do they? No, it's just timeline. Oh, this is this thing. Yeah, but they don't give you the map anymore. Ah, that's a shame. Okay, you can export it. That's quite cool. Anyway, I am rambling on. I really want to thank you guys for watching. This is my first stream back after a long hiatus. It's also sort of me getting back into playing Civilization 6, and I'm really enjoying it. Definitely want to play more on a high difficulty level, so it won't be quite so easy and straightforward. Still don't have any sort of scheduled time for streaming yet. I mean, at the moment, it's like 2:20 AM. I really don't want to be streaming this late, and I know that not all stream times are going to be suitable for all viewers. But I will work something out. I will settle into a routine. As always, if you're watching live and you missed the beginning of this, or you've missed any of the other videos in the series, it will be on the YouTube channel for you to watch. And if you're watching this as a VOD on YouTube, then the previous videos are up as well. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed this series of Civilization 6. I'll see you on the next stream, and until then, goodbye for now.